you doing there? How you doing there, Pyro?
We're back.
You doing good?
Yeah, how you doing, Neutrino?
Feeling good, feeling good.
Nice.
Ready to compete.
Yeah, you got propellant running through your fucking system?
I sure do.
All right, spit some jazz. What are you thinking here?
I'm thinking we head back to the last year of the 80s. That was a fun time.
89?
Yeah.
Hot Pete.
Hulk Hogan. Ultimate
Paul
Dragon.
Hogan? Dundee?
Yeah.
Crocodilia?
Should we have looked up some other stuff of 89? You got anything? Anything come to
Jump
mind?
out at you? Batman?
Batman? Home Alone, maybe? Or was that 90?
No, it was probably 90.
Is this sports category?
No.
Did you say yep? Jerry Rice, MVP. After they beat the Cincinnati Bengals in the Super Bowl.
Whoop-de-doo.
Detroit Pistons beat the Lakers for the championship.
Scotty? No. What team was that again?
Lakers?
Was it the Lakers?
Magic.
Magic.
Parades.
Magic from the Big Johnson Club.
Yeah, he comes to my meetings.
For the Dallas Buyers Club.
So, Taekwondo held in South Korea.
Oh, Taekwondo at the best of times.
Mario Lemieux.
First penguining. First waddle up to ice.
Might be.
What's he up to? Hosting a bunch of shows. Dancing with the Stars.
All right.
Saved by the
2019.
Bell. That's a hockey reference.
Hercules defeated King Haku. The Twin Towers, Akeem and the Big Boss Man, beat the Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty.
Back when they were sucks.
Yeah. Who would have known?
Yeah.
That
His
you look at the
fucking
Rock.
has-been tag team partner.
Yeah.
Shout out to the future.
Yeah. Cracky Jannetty. Brutus Beefcake and $1 Million Man.
Ted DiBiase.
Yeah. With Virgil. Ending in a double countout.
Guiding them all the way to Hades.
Our boys, Bushwhackers.
Oh, I met Chipper Doug.
Yeah, one of them's dead.
Oh, God. Hopefully not the one we met.
Beat the fabulous Rougeos, Jacques and Raymond.
Rojos?
Bet he gives a
That's red
great
in
massage.
Spanish, is that right? Is that?
Rougeos. It's Rouge, but has an AUS at the end.
Oh, that's the Australian version.
With Jimmy Hart.
Oh, he was
The
fighting?
mouth of the South.
No, he's just managing. Managerial role.
Oh, this is a double rest in peace.
Great.
The Perfect Man.
Hennig?
Or, yeah, Mr. Perfect.
Young Curtis.
Against the Blue Blazer.
Who's that? Who did he become?
Owen Hart.
Right. 89? Blue Blazer?
Yeah.
I thought that was more of a...
What in Blue Blazes?
I thought that... Oh, he like brought that back?
Yeah.
Ah.
He started out as the Blue Blazer.
Yeah. Interesting.
How do you scratch your head in this thing? How do you scratch your head in that helmet?
You just don't think.
Oh, I got a hole here. Oh. Demolition, Axe and Smash against the Warlord and the Barbarian. They like to be known as the Power of Pain.
Sounds very mythical.
Dino Bravo, a Dark Side of the Ring alumni.
No, which season?
3rd.
Cool. See you next year.
Say. Defeated Ronnie Garvin.
Garvin of GPS fame?
Rugged Ronnie Garvin.
Great moral compass.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
Who's he?
Who do you think he defeated? The guy you're dressed up as.
Dog the Bounty Hunter. I didn't know he wrestled.
No. You're dressed as Jake the Snake. Who do you think he was against?
If I was to use John Truby's metric, I would say probably himself.
Andre the Giant.
No.
With Bobby Heenan.
Bobby Heenan.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Hart Foundation. Defeated Greg Valentine.
Garbage, probably.
And the Honky Tonk Man.
Oh, I liked him. He used to come acousticing.
Rick Rude, the Ravisher.
Yeah.
Defeated the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, well. It was probably out of necessity.
For the Intercontinental.
Back then, the Intercontinental was around.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Duggan.
Jim Duggan?
Yeah. I mean, usually it's a shovel for digging, but this time it's
a 2x4.
Hmm.
Bad News Brown. The Red Rooster. Cousin of the Guggly Gooker.
And Foghorn Leghorn.
Defeated Bobby Heenan again.
Bobby Heenan double dipping that night?
Yeah. Oh.
Is this like a King of the Ring?
The main event.
Oh.
And I remember this one. Hulk Hogan defeated Randy Savage for the WWF Championship.
Oh, no way. Who was the champion?
Randy Savage.
He was?
Yeah.
He was champion already.
Yeah.
And Hogan came in and...
stole his girl and stole his belt.
Miss Elizabeth?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah. Hulk Hogan put Miss Elizabeth where she's never been before, on the shoulders of another man.
Yeah, and her lacy number fell down over that shoulder. And another man saw it, and I saw him, and he knew I saw him, and he was mad. I'm the macho man.
I stared into the candlelight for 2 hours.
But that's the end of you, brother.
She asked, why are your eyes so red? You should see them from the other side.
Oh, yeah. You know, it might have been that leg drop.
The cream of the crop. You think he did steroids?
Yeah, I don't know, Chico.
He must have been around in 89. Reza?
Maybe. Probably called something stupid.
The bad guy?
Yeah. He's probably still in like a... like if you go back, they're all kind of glam.
Speaking of glam.
Thank you.
Oh, what? American Gladiator. Used to love watching that shit as a show.
Yeah, you know...
as a kid.
'Twas in the zeitgeist for me, but I didn't really sit down and watch it.
I did.
It was like a Saturday afternoon, maybe, kind of venue for it, no?
I feel like it was probably one of those shows that were on a couple days during the week.
Rerun City.
Yeah, it was kind of like a filler show.
Like on every night.
I don't think I was watching it live.
Yeah, you sure it wasn't Wipeout you saw?
No.
What about NXC?
MXC.
MX?
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
That was all dubs, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. But all those shows
probably canceled.
Wouldn't exist. You know, American Ninja Warrior. None of those would exist without the pioneer in American Gladiator.
Shout out to Samuel
Goldwyn
Mayer.
Yeah. Made it happen.
Yeah. Fucking brilliant.
Yeah. And Elvis.
Fucking foreseer.
Elvis there.
Elvis.
Yeah. Elvis started the whole thing.
Gone in 79, but there in spirit, it seems.
Oh, but the guy was an Elvis impersonator.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
Liked himself a couple gemstones here and there.
Who was it?
The guy.
You just swallowed that bomb.
The guy on the trampoline.
Didn't even shake it out.
The guy on the trampoline.
They all did trampoline. It's fucking circus guy.
The guy that was off camera trampolining. You didn't watch the...
This is from the first one. That's a couple days ago, guy. Come on. We're keeping people in suspense. Mostly me.
So.
Jeez. Make a meal out of it.
Wish just once you could take lead.
I know tons about these people.
Which one?
Nitro.
Was he your favorite?
I didn't have a favorite.
You're a Nitro guy.
No, I did have a favorite. I'll save it, though. Because I have a definitive favorite.
Oh, Laser guy.
Laser? You gotta be kidding me. You're out of your element here. Because I have a definitive favorite.
Well, so was...
Let's try and save it. Come on.
So was the people with the idea for American Gladiator. Because they just had... they had the name. They knew what they wanted to do. They had a good little promo. And it was actual Roman gladiators battling it out. It's 80s, so the fog machines are a mist.
What, 80s? When did Gladiators
when it actually
be around?
Came to...
Where'd they get footage of Gladiators?
I don't know. In the archives. You tell me. Where would you... You're the B crew. Where would you get shots of Gladiators?
Probably scratched into the wall of some building you're not allowed behind the rope of.
It was stop motion.
Oh, you stop.
Motion? But oh my God, did they not know how to execute?
They had an executioner. Oh, that was...
Not yet.
Spoiler.
But some of the early on, what do you call them? Obstacles? They're not really even obstacles, but the...
I mean, if you look
levels?
Obstacle Corsi. For sure. But engorged obstacles. But still not well thought out yet.
Not yet.
Like a real rubbish joust.
Yeah. Well, not only that. Yeah, it was in a 3-sided ring. Almost like what in WrestleManias they used to bring people out to the ring and kind of this moving. It's like a podium or something like that. Kind of look like that. They're up in the air. And, that classic shot of Miss Elizabeth. And they're kind of standing on this thing. Like, all kinds of wrestlers came out that same way. Probably in 89.
Yeah.
But the trampoline, they were like, all right, so this is what's going to happen. You're going to jump on a trampoline, and there's going to be pieces of foam. And they got to try to collect the foam off the trampoline. But you're jumping.
Yeah.
And you're jumping. And then we'll put them on a cord.
They just threw the shit out there just to add extra stuff.
And if you can jump high enough, you can grab her and pull her away. But what they didn't account for is how the girls
Super Mario
slamming up against the trampoline. And I think she broke a couple of ribs or something like that.
Yeah, well, every injury happens. That's fulcrum and lever.
That's one of the many to come.
Use fulcrum and lever not in its traditional form there, but in the song by The Faint. It's about somebody jumping on a trampoline.
Was it an Elvis impersonator?
No, it's like a kid. Eating peanut butter sandwich in a hospital bed. It's a real lyric from it.
You might get flagged watching that stuff.
Never heard that too?
Can't say I have.
The trampoline. We're on the trampoline. He's just one of the creators. It's got 5 episodes. I guess that's a good preface. Like, this guy falls by the wayside, as far as I'm concerned.
You got bigger things to be concerned about, buddy.
Things do get hairy.
Telling me. So where are you going to find these gladiators? You got the idea. You got some shitty ideas. But you got the main piece.
Yeah, where did they find them? Muscle Beach?
Yeah, the same way you always find these kind of mimbos.
Ad agency.
Bunch of fucking Tonys. Yeah. Look at wrestling. All these guys were coming from football.
Yep.
So that's where they started.
Yep.
They went to Hollywood.
What did I say?
Got a couple hunkas from there. Already had some. Some of them had a couple appearances on some big shows before they were even noticed. Just small parts.
Big.
Do you remember where they found Gemini? Parts. Gemini came from football.
Yeah.
He was the main guy.
Yeah, he was a big dude.
Gladiator #1.
Yeah. And there was another one. The one I think he married. Wasn't it him that married? No. Yeah, Gemini, Mary.
No, we'll get to that.
But there was other people of prestige that ended up showing up.
I don't think Blaze was in it yet.
Yeah, she's pretty early on.
But she wasn't in the original 6.
It was Nitro.
Gemini.
It was Titan.
No.
He was close.
Lace, who I don't think we hear from.
Ice.
Ice wasn't in it yet.
Who did you say? Lace.
Ugh.
Fire.
No. Sunny. And Zap might have been original.
Maybe.
Zap. And there was someone in Malibu. Your twin.
Oh, yeah. He's one and done, just like the fucking guy who made this show.
Mm. So the best Malibu just came from a ad agency or something like that. Right off the beach is where they found him, probably. Mm-hmm. But Nitro has the best story. I think he was a football player too. For his audition, he had to tackle someone out in a back alley. And he tackled him onto the concrete, and he was unconscious. And he's like, "Oh my God, I think I hurt the guy." And he's like, "Yeah, you're hired."
Oh, yes.
You got the job. I thought that was the funniest of the introductions. That was like, all right, there's going to be some comedy in here. First test of comedy. Even though I think one of the first times you hear Nitro talk in the interview style, he's like, "Anyone got some cocaine?"
It takes me a while to warm up to these people, like, to get to know them. But you really do over the series.
Yeah, they have these characters. And, they're really leaning into, you can tell what they're basing it off of is wrestling. Like, WWF is hot. And they're like, oh, well, these characters need some names. Some badass names. But maybe with these names should be personas.
They're batting 50-50.
Like, this guy's Gemini. He's bipolar. He's a super nice guy and a gentleman. But he's crazy, and he'll kill you. Nitro. He's explosive. Aggressive.
Leaning into the group.
Yeah. Yeah, well, just, creating the dynamics.
Yeah. Actually wanting these people to be cohesive and be able to work well with each other.
Yeah. Yeah, create a team.
A team, yeah.
And, they're off to a very slow start. Lucked out being in Universal Studios. That was a win. But, to pack the crowd.
The producers of some esteem.
To pack the seats, they had to take people off the tour buses.
Yeah. And
paint people in the back rows.
Yeah, I did like that when it's like actually showed the footage of all these fucking N64 wrestling graphics. Wayne Gretzky hockey.
I love Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey.
Probably had similar backgrounds to real life.
N64 Gladiators. Baby. I wish American Gladiator had a game.
It'd probably suck. It'd be like one of those fucking B unit games.
That'd be sweet. Oh, I said B crew. B unit. Now, did you ever hear of this rock and roller games?
Rock and roller?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Games? Video game? Or like the
No, there was a show on already that was almost similar
to it.
They would have it was a lot of roller
it showed
skating.
Clips from?
Yeah, a lot of roller skating and but they'd have like live bands and all this all these attractions. So it's like they went in knowing that this is going to be their biggest competition.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people have never heard of this show until now.
Yeah.
Because American Gladiator later on blew them out of the water.
Not us, but we live in a town with a roller rink.
Yeah, now. Just opened like 3 weeks ago.
Well, that's the past, baby.
When I go back, it's going to be tomorrow.
You know it.
That's the future, baby.
It's easy to say when you got a fucking box.
Can't even hear you with this thing on. Is this thing on?
No. Shooting blanks. Spitting to that mic.
I know that's not true. At least one got past the goalie.
So what is the rest of the crux of this episode? I forget kind of what... It's like all the pre-Gladiator stuff. And it gets right up to like the pilot?
No, it does show their first stroke of genius. This coffee's making me fucking thirsty. First stroke of genius was the convention where they're like, really, really got to get our name out here. We got to find some producers. So this is even before Universal Studios. They go into that convention. They're like, we need a ring. We need to show people what's up. And they actually they hired a guy just to follow them around with his drum as they walked into the convention. And it just immediately was like, all right, all eyes are on these guys. A crowd is building behind them just to see what the hell's going on.
Attention grabbing.
And then they did
publicity stunt.
Yeah, and that's when they showed the 3-sided ring that they were jousting. Yeah, you can't even move. You're basically rock'em sock'em robots.
Yeah.
And you're just putting on a show. And that's what got them the Universal Studios. Mm-hmm. Samuel Goldwyn.
Yeah. And it ends up being
what else did that fucking slouch do?
Who? Sammy?
Yeah.
His daddy was all over. He's a fucking daddy's boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nepotism.
Yeah. Yeah. What did he ever do?
I don't know.
Is it 2 people?
Metro Goldwyn?
Yeah.
Yeah, where's Metro?
Yeah, what happened to that guy?
I think that's after.
He's not here yet.
Yeah.
He's still in the future.
This is punching up again. Yeah. This is, we're not hurting anyone's feelings here.
Hope not. Yeah. But big boys don't cry.
Yeah.
Men do.
Apparently, that's a real therapeutic way of looking at
it. Do you think Nitro has that as a tattoo?
Well, he is very inspirational.
All the wheeling he's done.
He's lived a pretty weird life. Strange trajectory through here. 1 minute he's tough as fuck. The second he's crumpled in every possible way.
So they move into Universal Studios and they set up, and they still haven't worked the kinks out yet because they have them jousting. Now this is when they had the bright idea that maybe when you guys are jousting up on this platform, if you walk on a certain board, the whole floor gives out on you.
Yeah.
And it looks so brutal when you see the shot of someone using this for the first time and they don't even know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
They were given their outfits and it's just tights.
Yeah,
and they're on concrete. Like it's not even padding or anything.
The bugs aren't all worked out yet. They still think they only need band-aids.
Yeah. And it's instant injuries. Right off the fucking hop. As soon as they start filming. Injury after injury.
Well,
Gemini.
It was little things. Like
they're going to need a lot of band-aids. Let me tell you that.
Well, they forgot to put the platform down.
What?
For the joust. Was it the jousting? They forgot to put the platform down and the person fell off and destroyed their knee. They were just pointing out all the little flaws that happened.
There were so
oversights.
There were so many.
Yeah.
No medical staff.
No. They suck for fighting for stuff, but they did end up getting that season 2.
Yeah. And this is just, what cocaine brings you. This is such a cocaine-fused idea. Yeah, they were going for all the glitz and glamour.
Is that all happening in the first episode?
I think so. I think this was happening.
I don't think they really take off until Mr. Dildo arrives.
I think, it was pipe dream material. Oh, Mr. Dildo, he comes in now.
He would come on cue.
Because he comes before the Wigmaster.
Richard Gere?
So here's where you meet your first contestant with a little bit of accolades to his name. Billy from the Bronx. Billy from the Bronx don't back down.
Is he the one that ends up moving in with Nitro?
No, that's Laser. Billy from the Bronx takes a hard tackle from Gemini and turns around and biffs the ball at the back of his head.
Oh, yeah, the young wiry kid, the first real, dogging contestant they have, yeah. Yeah, he looks like the Green Ranger.
Yeah.
He runs in, and he's not taking any shit. He's fighting back. They're actually, they're fighting through the crowd.
Yeah, they got
causing a big scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the first altercation that happened between Gladiator and that's another thing that they're just like, we did not see this coming. There's so many variables of shit that could go wrong in this that they just overlooked.
It's called Roid Rage.
Wait, you think Billy from the Bronx? No, he's from the Bronx.
No. Well, that's what someone says about another thing. When Titan goes nuts.
Oh, yeah. We didn't get there yet.
Raging Bull. Cinematic masterpiece.
And then poor Malibu. Malibu did not see that coming.
No, this is the Cannonball?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, yeah.
So there's a couple games. There's Assault, the very early on version of Assault, where they're shooting the balls at you. They had like a tree and very limited things to actually hide behind. Like there's no structures. Like I really liked the look of Assault after the update, where it kind of looks like Tetris or like Tron. You know, everything
very different.
Everything was squared.
Yeah.
Cubed.
Yeah, Tetris is for 4, so that's why everyone has 4 pieces.
Tetris.
Yeah.
And then Tron, it had that blockiness to it.
Yeah, it's like Snake with fucking cars.
I did have a game as a kid that was it was like a parking lot, and it would give you all these different how to put the cars in it, and you'd always have to figure out how to get the red car out by moving the cars.
Yeah, like
remember
the traffic jam thing. Yeah,
traffic jam.
Yeah, and they're of varying sizes.
Yeah. So they had the joust.
Yeah.
They had Assault. They had Cannonball. These were the early ones. And, you know, Cannonball is, like, it doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
For the Gladiator is supposed to be able to have somewhat of a chance. But you're standing on a pedestal. It seems like the contestants should stand on the pedestal.
You pivot kind of this way or that way. You kind of slip and dip.
Well, fucking Malibu.
Or you just get fucking smashed. But he did the damage to himself. He kneed himself.
You ever do that?
I think so, yeah. It fucking hurts like a motherfucker. But he concussed himself. I don't think I've ever been concussed. No.
But I was in Shediac on Parlay Beach, and I was getting pulled around in a donut. Or it might have, no. It's one of those tubes that you got to hold on to.
Yeah, the inflatable ones, like you get in the river, up Wolfville area.
Yeah.
Tubing.
Yeah. No, maybe it wasn't a tube. Maybe it's just like a little. Anyways, I'm holding on. So we're
mouthpiece.
The guy driving the boat is trying to, he wants to get us off. He wants to flip us. It's me and someone else. And we're going, and we hit this wave, and I get launched into the air. And I remember, I was in the air for so long that I actually was contemplating if I'm actually still in the air or not, or if I'm floating in the water. And then I come crashing, and as soon as I hit the water, the way that I hit it sprung my knee up, and I kneed myself like smack dab in the middle of my forehead. And they came back, and I'm just kind of like floating there. Non-concussed, but pretty damn close.
So you can relate pretty...
Feel the Malibu. I feel for Malibu.
Yeah,
but he got fucked up.
He did, yeah.
Got fucked up.
Doctor said no more.
Yeah.
He said one more and you're out of life, probably.
He's lucky he didn't have to have any reconstructive surgery or get any lacerations.
Back off.
He's still a Mimbo.
Yeah. You probably played him.
Possibility.
It didn't really say what Malibu did after.
Turned into fucking Mickey Rourke's little brother, it looked like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Too soon.
Mickey Rourke in 2004.
Ah.
Like, not good, but not as bad as he is now.
I saw a thing that said...
he looks like a mask. He looks like he's wearing a Mickey Rourke mask.
Someone said he was trying to transform into the Michael Myers.
Yeah.
He's got... And the way his hair...
the hair.
Yeah.
Looks like a fucking wig.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. He had like that upswing.
Yeah.
And now it's like... Just feels like deja vu or something for him.
But he got his face broken when he was a boxer.
Yeah.
And then just...
Made him a good actor.
Kept riding that wave. Could never get... How does he think that these are making him look better? So this is where phase 1, season 1
is toast.
Yeah, they go on a little hiatus.
Yeah. Come back with some new folks.
Yeah. Executioner,
yeah. The short-lived Executioner.
Yeah.
That fucking looks so arbitrary.
Yeah.
And every single ruling it showed, everybody was outraged.
Even when he's like in the background, lurking in the shadows and stuff.
I know being a ref's hard. I know being a ref while probably not being able to see like you're in a Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Probably doubly hard.
And again, I think they're just leaning into WWE a little too much.
Yeah. But nobody mourns the loss of the Executioner's job.
Fuck that guy.
I don't even know who played the Executioner.
I don't think they let him hang around too much after.
No.
So that was a one and done.
Got the axe.
So that was in the second half. Phase 2 of first season. But they definitely picked up the set design. You know, there's definitely some more production value.
Costs. Added costs.
Yeah, but they met the Eaton Keller, Game Maker.
Yeah.
Here are...
your rating system.
Some of the reviews that they got was... these people have to go and face gladiators in kids' games. And this is the demise of television and civilization.
That might have been the start of the downfall.
Wow. That's pretty harsh.
Yeah. It's like my entire life has been downhill. Civilization.
Your hair's back to downhill. Fun while it lasted, folks.
Yeah.
Look out for the behind the scenes when we were in the hair and makeup trailer.
Hernias. Workplace injuries.
So yeah, it's funny that they even had a little interview with the camera guy. And you see him. He has more padding on him than the Gladiators.
Well, you have to be very careful out there. I can respect that.
During the assault game, he's getting pelted. If I was Nitro, I'd pop one off at the cameraman all the time.
Is this after Bob got in control and changed up the way it was directed?
No, he's in there.
Yeah.
And then he brought in this Eaton Keller guy. And they revolutionized the game. They made it, what we
brought
know
you into the action.
What we know as American Gladiator.
Yeah. Throwing in GoPros before there was GoPros.
Yeah, the first GoPro.
Helmet cam.
Yeah, and that, from the audience at home.
Yeah.
I don't know how that helped the audience in the crowds.
It helped you see up the anus when you were doing ladder games.
It was like sex ed at home.
R.I.P. Sue.
Oh, yeah, man. That was a hit.
Yeah.
I watched her tug off a couple dildos.
Yeah. She didn't get naked that much on the show, though.
Not enough. Not nearly enough.
No.
But there was that... There was a couple. Or is that dreaming?
Let's dream on.
Dream on. Would you consider her a gilf?
No.
Just a gif.
Animated as much.
Yeah, another part of the 80s. It was a wild time. Having the POV of the gladiators and the contestants. Or was it just the gladiators that had them? The contestants have them too.
I don't know.
But from the for the audience at home, that really brought them into it.
Yeah.
Felt like they were in there. So, it all started coming together around this time.
Yeah.
I think this was 1990. Start of the 90s.
Laser takes over for Malibu.
New era.
Who takes the advice of doctors, which is rare.
Yeah.
Because you seem like he's going to keep going for a second.
Yeah.
They build it up for like half a minute.
Yeah. And crazy old Titan comes in.
Is that when he comes in?
Mm.
Laser come in pretty soon too, eh?
Laser's in.
Laser's in.
Because he was Nitro's buddy.
Yeah.
He's the, the Brad Pitt. Just laying on the couch.
What was with the race?
Nitro's going to the job.
Did you see the race? I saw one guy, one familiar looking face racer I know.
No. Laser?
Might have been in his like thing, his sizzle reel.
Not sure.
I don't know either. But Laser was Nitro's roommate.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who came to blows driving around over the music.
Yeah.
I like that story.
Fighting on the side of the road.
Yeah. Normally, the person driving has control of the music.
Yeah. Them's the rules.
Yeah, and I was on Nitro's side. Like, if Laser, he's putting it over to country.
Oh, I'm on Nitro's side the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't bite a fellow gladiator. That was like...
You don't subject them to country.
That was the only rule of gladiatorship. You could do anything.
Yeah.
Except for fish hooking and biting.
Scratch, pillage.
Oh, yeah, fuck it.
But I did like when they animated all this stuff.
Yeah.
And them getting out of the Jeep and fucking going the Dukes on it.
Yeah. Bites them.
Yeah, bites
I love that he adds the... I heard this... right before he bit me.
But...
And then he goes to help him up. He's like, nah, you bit me. And then he fucking punches him.
Yeah, that same thing happened to me. When my fucking buddy in high school bit me on the arm. And it like left a huge mark on my forearm. And I just punched him as hard as I could. And left a bruise from his tit on one side into his armpit. Just the way that he happened to like move as I hit him.
I didn't expect you to be a bitey.
Yo, I was bit, man.
You're a Bitman. Mr. Bitman.
Yeah, the real Bitman.
Bitman reality tour. You should set that up. Oh, and then because Sunny, who is one of the OGs,
she the one who busted her knee.
Yeah, busted her knee.
That's
hard.
the thing that was too high. I think.
Yeah,
it was just her first time out or something.
Yeah, no, it's the wrestling, the classic, like basically, what sumo wrestlers do.
Yeah.
Try to get each other outside of the ring. But yeah, they put it on a little platform.
It wasn't supposed to be raised up.
Yeah.
It was like a foot. It's nothing crazy, but it was enough to fuck.
No, I think it was a knee.
Another knee.
Yeah, so then she had to go out. And that's when Blaze came in.
Yeah.
And not only Blaze, Blaze was
Olympian.
Like the most natural of them all.
Oh, big time.
I think she stayed away from the steroids.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Nitro's trying this harrowing story to get back from Mexico with over-the-counter steroids.
And a loaded gun.
Yeah. And they cliffhang it.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah.
Actually, like, after that happened, I remember, like, being so into the story, right? Yeah. And then whatever cliffhanger happened, I was like, I must have just, like, zoned out. I don't even remember how. Yeah. But he says it later.
There's a couple things that they set up early on and they pay off later on. Mm-hmm. So, a couple times, that was probably number one that I'm watching it and I'm like, did something happen and reset to episode 1? Like, what? Like, it's episode 3, but I've watched this because they used, like, that portion of it, but then continue on.
Yeah. Back at Gladiator Gym with the Mandelbaums over and over.
Yeah, but soon after Blaze came in, who came in after her?
That porn-loving director again?
No.
Mr. Dildos?
Ice Ice Baby. We haven't talked about your favorite yet?
No.
No?
Very peripheral.
So Zap's hanging in there. We got Ice now. We got Blaze. We got Laser. We got Nitro. Titan. Gemini.
This the most hilarious names.
Yeah. What would your name be?
Maybe Virgo if I'm going by the Gemini scale, because I'm not born in June.
Pisces.
Pisces.
Pisces. Pisces.
You're the part of the Joe.
We're in the twins. I'm kind of twinsy, same as Gemini.
Twin Jake the Snakes.
This is when lady from Third Rock from the Sun talks about the little dick collection that old Bobby has. And this Bobby guy's funny. Like, he owns right up to it.
He's eating chips.
Oh, yeah, eating chips.
And the first time you see him.
Yeah, I dated her. I dated this one.
Yeah, he's such
I should have put more interest into her. He downplays it like she was all over me and I didn't want anything to do with her kind of thing. And then she's just laughing. So I think that was Diamond. So Diamond's in the mix now.
Rough.
Yeah, they started bringing up lots of female gladiators.
Mm-hmm. It was one of the first places to have equality across the board. Poor treatment across the board.
It's true. But, you know, that kind of goes two ways because Storm came in.
Yeah.
And both Storm and Ice were lesbians.
And then there's glutes.
And they were told, you know, you can't have your girlfriends around. Like, we got to play you up like you're heterosexual.
Yeah.
These guys got to feel like they got a chance with you.
Yeah. I mean, you're really giving it the biz, but when she would go around the parties, she was very lovely.
Oh, she was getting more tail than Nitro and Laser combined. She'd even take one for the team just to rub it in their face. Yeah,
she did. Can and will.
And I feel like women have a higher standard than men. So it was probably a 4 or something that she had to bag just to tag it. Bag it and tag it. That's what they say.
The morgue.
The morgue.
Shout out to Bobo or whatever the fuck you call that person.
Who's Bobo?
Bobo Sacamano.
Yeah, how embarrassing would that be if you had to have a porn collection of VHSs?
Well,
they weren't even easy to hide.
Your ethics have no basement.
Bulky fucking things.
Yeah. Yeah, his wife threw out a huge batch of them on him. Yeah. He brought them all to work.
And he's dating these gladiators at the same time?
Well, I mean, allegedly.
And this is when Sarge comes in.
Oh, yeah. Sarge is a good trainer.
Yeah.
Fucking, this is when Joust gets good.
Yeah.
The Joust we all know.
Well, the jousting already was what we all know since Keller was around. But, you know, at this point they were just kind of pushing each other. They didn't really know how to joust, how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
So this guy came in to help them out.
And they turned it into that field farm kind of version.
So Sarge wasn't a big fan of the Gladiators, even though he was brought in. So he was trying to help with the contestants more than the Gladiators. And it showed. Because all of a sudden, all the Gladiators were getting whooped.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's not good.
I know, and then they all get to angle in for a little lesson.
Yeah.
I don't think he should have ever taught them.
Yeah. He taught Blaze a thing or two.
Yeah, That's actually the person who she went on to visit more consecutively.
Yeah. Bringing her brother.
Yeah. I feel like they saved that all the way till the end. Kept them in separate spaces. They didn't have them arm in arm during these interviews or anything of the like, did they?
No, but they did bring it up in that episode that she went for a lesson but brought her brother. Wouldn't that be a bummer? Trying to meet up with a girl and then she brings a family member.
Well, she was there to train.
He was there to train too.
But was he?
Him and his military buddies.
Yeah. I don't know though. Like, he seemed like he was down the trainer and then things just kind of warmed up.
And then cooled off.
When? Do you know something I don't?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you didn't
Not
know.
Sarge.
You didn't know?
How can a blaze ever cool down?
Come home, stay-at-home mom.
That'll happen. All right. Let's try and be a role model for some kids here.
So, Blaze and Sarge weren't the only ones getting a little play. Because Nitro and Zap were getting a little friendly.
And, well, they kind of got weird about it. And, like, Nitro's acting like he was not a
player.
Yeah.
But she gave him a...
But I guess there was a little fling or something going on.
Well, went back to 2D when he's taking her home and after a date.
Oh,
like, let me give you a piggyback.
Yeah, she slams the grips on him.
Want to see how strong I am?
Yeah.
Those fucking hamstrings come on you.
Yeah. Unreliable narrators. One is driven to tears and the other one denies it. Yeah.
Well, she denies that it happened. But then when the interviewer obviously said something about him just having platonic relationships with all the Gladiator sisters, Zap had another... But all good things come to an end.
A gun to the back of Nitro's head? Or some other occasion?
I'm talking about steroids to the end of your butt.
It's hard to be a good role model for kids.
Sure is.
Doing that jazz.
Especially when you're leaving them around the locker room for the producers to see.
Yeah, they didn't really take kindly to that. They weren't really cleaning up after themselves. Which was stupid. You can't leave that shit around.
But the producers sure cleaned up after them. They all had to line up and do a piss test.
Essentially.
But they never passed anything in.
And also they gave them 6 weeks to come clean.
Yeah, exactly. In 6 weeks you're getting a piss test.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we tested them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we did it.
The optics were good.
Yeah.
The optics were great.
They were playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so Storm's in the mix. Get to meet her. And then you also get to meet this Eldon Kids. The stiff contestant. And he was really trying to make a name for himself. He had his grandma in the crowd. So when he was playing Cannonball, he was throwing a couple knees.
Oh,
a shoulder.
Is that the one who got Titan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Angered that man.
Oh, yeah. And then, if you didn't have any speculation of roid rage or roid use, this guy...
they said he was huge, but that he was only like 5'10".
Said he was huge.
Was he the one who was only like 5'10" though?
Yeah, and like 290.
Yeah.
This guy was massive. And he went running after the ref.
Saw red.
fucking chased him right into the crowd.
Our nest.
And
our test.
Like, all this stuff is being documented. You know, Lawrence Ray is there filming everything. Yeah, they're gonna have to make an apology video here soon.
Yeah, it's funny when they show that. Was it Bob? Bob Levy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like walking around like in the historical footage. Yeah. Like he already looked like another guy.
Yeah.
Who was like the same age already.
Yeah. And he's always dancing.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
and walking around.
Yeah, like when did he become such a
having the time of his life?
Reminds me of the guy who used to own Taz Records or something now.
Yeah. Yeah, he got real schlubby. But yeah, I don't think he ever did anything after this.
Yeah, he was like the guy who played the Hitchcock in one of the movies, Toby, whatever. He also was in. He might have played Capote at some point as well. You know what I'm talking about?
Hoffman.
No. None of them.
The guy jerking off on the phone?
Not him.
Hoffman again?
No. More sadness than happiness.
So this part, you keep meeting contestants, like the standout contestants. And not only the stiff ones, but the gifted ones.
That were sponge-worthy we know about.
Yeah. There's the one that, Ice had a reputation for being, killer mentality. But when Peggy came in, Ice
aced everyone.
Yeah, melted her.
Yeah.
Not only destroyed her in the wrestling, but destroyed her in the joust, too.
Oh, and that was a long rally, too.
Yeah.
I mean, Ice hung in there.
Oh, yeah.
Considering what a brutal beating.
Yeah. Yeah. And also a Olympic medalist, Wendy Brown, came in. And her and Zapp went toe-to-toe. That was pretty brutal as well when they went to the joust. Are you talking about the joust was brutal?
Yeah, that was the one where she got her ass kicked.
Yeah, so it was Wendy Brown, the Olympic medalist, against Zapp, where she got brutalized on the joust. And not only that, but they went to wrestle.
She got thrown out of the ring and
I think I saw a nip.
Oh yeah, pulled up her shirt.
Yeah, so that's
the same one.
Yeah, so to get her off, she gives her a kick.
Oh, the boot.
The boot to the butt.
Yeah, you know how strong she is in that footage, where you see
she goes flying.
Wendy goes flying. Yeah. And it was arguable, I guess. It was like a pretty illegal move for just wrestling women.
All it is you can't bite and you can't fish hook.
What do? They take this show on the road? Like they start running out of competitors and they gotta hit the road and find some more.
By this time they have the games are at an all-time high. They got that upside down track where you have to crawl on the ceiling.
Yeah, that looks super crazy.
They got the sphere that you got to battle each other and make your way to the thing. They always had the football thing that we didn't mention, but that was early on because that's what Billy in the Bronx was playing when he threw the ball at Gemini.
Oh, yeah.
But they had the hardest one is where you're up and all you're doing is trying to cycle your way from A to B. But it's all upper body strength, just like your arms taking your whole... That one would be the worst. Like the rock climbing. Like I used to do that as a kid. Oh, it's harder when someone's grabbing at your fucking tuchus, but...
Yeah, but only by a short margin.
Yeah. All the games that they had here were at an ultimate. Like, I think that this is the peak of American Gladiator, because this is also, like you said, when they're going on tour.
How long were they on for? It's probably like 91 or something.
7 years, 6 years,
maybe later then.
Yeah. So this is
they're together for a while.
92.
They put these people on the road for what? 120 shows, 120 days,
120 shows, 120 needles.
Jesus.
And already
rigorous schedule.
So this is before, or this is after they already were reaching moderate success. Like they were becoming a knit thing, like a household conversation. You know, we're getting little acting roles.
Yeah.
They got merchandising. They started coming out with the toys and stuff like that, and that was a big thing when it came to the piss testing, is because they were like, oh my fuck, if this comes out, like we just launched so much merchandising, and if it comes out that these guys are all on steroids, like we're gonna lose so much money. And this is in the dead center of the steroid epidemic, where all the wrestlers are on them, all the baseball players are on them.
Yeah. This is a while before they were done.
Very popular.
But they found like other weird ones to use, things that are pretty close but don't show up. That human growth hormone stuff.
Well, even Zap was saying that she did stuff that didn't get tested for.
But they're getting through that that WWF schedule you hear about.
Yeah.
Like not everything is televised, but every night they're going around getting thrown to pieces.
Well, this is right around the same time that Hulk Hogan started getting called out for doing steroids too.
Yeah.
And Mark McGuire they were showing. Looking pretty beefy.
Oh yeah.
Barry Bonds.
Yeah, I remember all of that.
So Zap was on Blossom.
Nice.
But she got a whoa. And Ice and Nitro were actually on Ellen.
Yeah, that's right. Played the love interest.
And Ellen and Ice actually go up to the pedestals and joust. And Ellen wins.
It's a gimme.
And it's funny that in the interviews they're like, at this time, no one knows that Ellen DeGeneres is gay. No one knows that Ice is gay. Like, maybe we should have been the love interests. So I found that pretty funny. And, man, Ice is still looking good.
All right, I must say. Things considered, yeah.
Yeah.
Might have gotten spared, like...
Are you hearing some clicks in the clock?
This, went from... something. Steroids to opiates pretty fast.
The painkillers?
Yeah, where all of a sudden everybody needed a nip all the time in this.
Yeah.
But yeah, the merch filled with bad deals. Raw deals all around.
Well, no one was getting paid.
Yeah.
Just all going in the producer's pockets.
Yeah. I wonder what kind... Oh, they were getting like scale pretty much.
Yeah. And they're on tour. Yeah, they're just living the lifestyle. Living like rock stars.
Yeah.
The tour bus. Deep throat and beer bottles, as you would. What else are you going to do?
Yeah, they're a friendly bunch of siblings.
Yeah, feel bad for Blaze. Kind of the party pooper off to the side, wasn't she?
Yeah. Discipline, ex-Olympian, or close to Olympics. Got close, right? And then... No, got bronze. Was it the...
No, that was Wendy.
All right, we'll agree to disagree.
So this is when Ice is getting more tail than the boys. Rubbing it in their pooches.
Yeah.
Storm gets injured. And she gets fucked and chucked. Because as soon as she got...
Such a pleasant way of putting it.
Yeah. As soon as she got injured, they're like, yeah, well, you're off the payroll.
Yeah.
So this is before, were they even was there any contractual agreement here?
They said that it was all in perpetuity. So, basically they owned everything forever, and then they don't have to give them more money or do anything or feel obliged in any form or fashion. And then that's when It sounds like it's going to be all of them that groups up to talk to management upstairs there, which is hard as fuck to get a hold of.
And they were blowing their budget.
Yeah.
They're going way over budget with this whole tour thing. Having to set up in every single city.
Yeah, but some of them thought they bought at least a little bit of, nicety or, like, respect. Just,
Well, the 3 buses. That's a killer. Apparently, there's a 2-bus rule.
I can see that.
That's another thing that they're, like, rock stars. Getting the whole setup, like, just like a rock star would. Going from town to town, then this whole huge platform has to be set up, and just as many crew members, if not more, for this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Stuff that actually has to be put to use and isn't just like a backdrop or something built around them.
Yeah. Then it's just all daddy shit. Oh, he doesn't negotiate, so either do I.
If Storm didn't make people realize how expendable they are. The main people, some of the main people, Ice, Gemini, the biggest draws, Nitro and Zap, all go and try to talk not for just them, but everybody, that we should be getting paid more.
It was pear-shaped.
No, we can replace you. Cheaper to replace you.
Yeah, I don't get good news. Yeah. The lawyer came back.
That's the biz.
Yeah, so a bunch got fired.
So basically, other than Laser, it was a whole new cast.
Laser? That friggin' B-side got, like, he was the only original-ish.
Yeah, and he wasn't even, he was 3rd gen.
Yeah. But then it's from there, it's just a revolving door.
Yeah.
This whole bunch is fired. But it's not all fucking nips and lobster rolls, is it? Like, you get to do a little bit of movies, a little bit of Playboy.
Oh, yeah. She wasn't happy with the haircut that she used.
Yeah, in Nitro.
Yeah, what was the show that Zap was on? I never heard of it. But she was hoping to have a reoccurring role.
Wasn't it Jag?
Cut her hair off, to get into Jag.
Yeah, I didn't like Jag. I remember when it was on.
I didn't even know Jag.
It was, not like, it was military planes. I used to know even what Jag stood for. I have no idea anymore.
Jets?
Nah. Aeronautical.
But this is where they started to try to change the formula up. Because it ended up, they do like cops versus cops. And they do, they test the waters with all this other stuff. Because, they very soon realized that it was about the characters. These people were heroes. Much like wrestlers. Were heroes to people at home. And that really gets put into perspective with Tower is around now.
I like Nitro's movie.
And Tower was actually asked, like, Make-A-Wish kid said, I want to meet Tower. And, that was probably the...
Why are you jumping all ahead to that?
Because it's all relative, baby.
No, man. You're like, Tower. No one's ever even heard of Tower out there.
I just said he replaced
no
Gemini.
One gives a fuck.
Okay,
it's just a word that sounds like a building.
Okay. Well, I've been waiting for you to add something in, so this is your time.
The fucking the movie with
Tower.
kicking cats.
I don't know. I think you're
talking about everybody going off doing movies. We're doing Playboy. And then you got Nitro in there, and they're walking through the alley, and this guy's like, I'm gonna kick this fucking pussy or something.
No, you're not. Wasn't it Gemini?
It seemed like it was, yeah. But I kind of missed that, like, they were all in it, or 2 of them, I was like, maybe that was just another dude. But it was, like, more like the The sound bites from this movie, I couldn't believe I never heard them before. They're so outrageous.
I'm going to have to watch it again.
Yeah. And then, that's when, after this, is where Nitro just every day wakes up just crying. Crying every day. Just a weeping void. Just like lurking inside of him.
Big boys don't cry.
Yeah. But men do.
You think that's what brought him and Laser together? Was their relationships with their old man?
Well, it's... Okay.
Drawn to each other?
So, yeah. You said... We're going to talk about Tower in a second, but Nitro, before it's all fucking green peas and whatever, he's got to like reconcile this relationship with his father. Like the whole show, he's like, there's something kind of off with him. And then like you think it's going to be something so unsalvageable and irreconcilable, but then he just like calls up his dad. He's like, you know what, you did a great job, Dad. Oh, I'm proud of you, or something, or you, whatever. And then he gives him I've always been proud of you. And that's the big solve. He goes on to be an inspirational speaker. Everything.
Is that shit leaking into your brain? That's Laser's backstory.
No.
Nitro's the one who got torn away from his mom and flown on a plane.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. That totally is Laser's. He's the one they go through.
If you're done looking stupid, we can get back to Tower at any moment.
These fucking names, yeah. But yeah, Tower has the nicest thing. Because it's like fitness instructor, inspirational. And then my favorite. Nitro's
the motivational speaker.
Yeah, he is. He did a TED Talk he was very happy with.
Yeah.
And it's... then there's the guy who I'm glad we kind of skipped over, but this dude was an old guy back in the day. And I'm glad we get to talk about him all now. He was that silver-headed fox guy who came in with some real attitude there.
Oh, Thunder?
I don't know what his name is. He's a contestant. So he's like, they were saying that on screen he was like, oh, this guy from Montana or not, whatever, that he was like a nice guy on stage and being like super polite and stuff. And then he was like kicking the shit out of them as hard as he could. And then it's going through what's happened to everybody at the end. When it talks to him earlier, he's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about these guys. Fuck them, pretty much. But then he's like, I was a smuggler.
Oh, yeah, we already talked about him. He was the guy that stiff-armed. He stiff-armed Titan.
Was he the one who Titan went after?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
No, Titan never went after anyone but a ref.
Oh. But it was because
it was him
of that.
That did it, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, we kind of grazed over him.
Think all these people look alike, or what do you...
Well, he doesn't look like he used to. He looked like an old man who was aging well in the footage. And then...
Turned into the guy from Six Flags.
I guess so. But that guy is could be compared to so many things. Jiminy Cricket even. He's like, the bad guys recognized me, and that was rad.
Yeah.
And
used to be a smuggler.
Yeah, he was my favorite person in the whole thing. He was like, yeah, it helped me out a little bit, I guess, with the smuggling.
You think it'd be worse because people know who you are? Aren't you that guy? But, it was the downfall. And now, at their last attempt to save the show, they started bringing Nitro back. Nitro, if you're on the show, we'll let you host.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be a host. Ice is back. and she said that, you know, she knew she was doing a bad thing by coming back, and it didn't feel the same. You know, you actually had a relationship with all these people, but now it's all new. You got Elektra. You got all these no-name brands.
Yeah.
And then...
no one you can hang a hat on.
You know, it got to the point that it went so far south that it ended up being a dinner theater thing.
Mm-hmm. One of them got to come back as a contestant.
Ice.
Was that Ice?
But it was... no, Zap. Zap, and that's what... it was Zap and Ice on the pedestals. And, you know, they couldn't do it. Or Zap...
yeah, they went easy. And then they looked like they did a tie thing, which probably pissed the producers off quite a bit.
Yeah. So, Zap came on.
Contender. Yeah. And that went stupid. And it turned into a dinner theater.
Which would have been awesome. I wonder if when I was in... no, because they said it was Orlando, not Kissimmee.
Right next to Medieval Times, the Gladiators.
That's what I was going to say, is that... yeah, I went to Medieval Times in Kissimmee there. And I could see... like, it did look like where they showed American Gladiators was. But they said it was in Orlando. But that would be wild. I wonder if they're just picking people out of the crowd and being like, here, come backstage, we'll suit you, boot you. Mm-hmm. But not, yeah, it's one of those wild things that, you know, didn't last very long, had an impact.
How many episodes total do you think?
I don't know. It was 16 the first season.
Oh, it said it went in the syndication. That used to be 200. It needed to do that, wasn't it? Yeah. I figured that it must have been different back then, because it seemed like they went in on season 2.
But they'd all be, you know, it showed how overworked they are. They'd be doing like.
But it was really when they went on the road.
You'd have to joust like 8 people in a row.
Yeah, that was when they were on the road, though. They had to do like 5 a day, 6 a day. Like fucking trick turners.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the WWF schedule.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, not E. I still can't. I'm sorry.
No. Hey. We're in 96 right now. Yeah. Still WWF.
Yeah, before it's entertainment, that's for sure.
Yeah. So I guess now that we're in 96, we should cap off with anything else you want to say?
No, just that it seemed like everything was going to go downhill at the end, and some of it kind of came back good enough.
Hey, look. In a roundabout way, WrestleMania 1996, the Huckster beat the Nacho Man. That's so weird.
Is that when Gladiators ended? 96?
Yeah. British Bulldog, Owen Hart, and Vader. The Blue Blazers are still kicking.
Yeah, that I definitely would have checked out. Not this, though.
7 seasons, so yeah, 96.
You say how many episodes? Genuinely curious.
What, you weren't genuinely curious last night of this? 157.
That's not too bad.
In total.
At scale.
In total.
The doc went pretty well, how I anticipated. I never really had any nostalgic ties to this show. So it's weird to kind of feel like you have a foresight into it, but, you know, there's definitely fun stories, and it's about as, like, you know, it'll scratch your dark side of the ring itch a little bit.
Yeah, it's got that. Yeah. But I thought it was well done, you know, I love...
how they got everyone back together must have been a miracle.
When they can string in animation like that, that's such a great way. You know, I almost rather that than... I can't say that. Dark Side of the Ring does a fantastic job with the recreations and stuff, but, you know, I think that the animation was such a good fit for this. and there was a lot of good elements that just make it a great docuseries.
Yeah.
As much as, American Gladiator is what it is.
Just like anything else, you don't know what you didn't get kind of thing, but it's very fulfilling and feels very well-rounded for what it is.
Yeah.
I was surprised they were able to get that many people back together, and that, more of them didn't, really pass away. Like, it felt like it had, like, most of the OG.
I was thinking that, too, that no one out of the group passed away or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Mm.
Another full circle. In 1996, WrestleMania, the main event, ex-rocker Shawn Michaels beat Bret Hart in a Iron Man match.
Yeah, I remember that. I was just psyched to have that much wrestling at once.
Yeah. And
it went right to the last minute. There's a kick. Shawn Michaels wins.
By a kick. Let the sweet chin music play.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like unlimited wins within that period, but they just battled it out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to still say that Bret Hart is pretty well just like always a wet blanket. Like,
well, they talked about that in the Stone Cold versus Bret Hart rivalry thing. Is that at the start of their beef, he was the cool kid, leather jacket. He was the high school quarterback. But by the end of their rivalry, he was the bitchy, like, oh, it's not fair. I'm the champion.
He just turned into that so fast. I can't even remember him barely being cool whatsoever.
Yeah.
And just like...
he was the coolest.
He kind of was like a fan, like aggressively slap your hand. Happy to have you as a fan. That hockey player. It was very Canadian in a retrospect, how he acted, including the moodiness.
Damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. The fuck happened to Bret Hart?
I don't know where he's at now. I mean, he's probably pretty rich and well off and has all kinds of businesses and stuff.
But you know what? Let's take this off and that off. And talk about some more wrestling.
No.